So, male reproductive system. So, when you see that male reproductive system, uh, already you've seen a cow giving birth to a calf, and goat gives birth to lamb, woman gives to birth to baby. So, these words you have to remember. Cow gives to calf. ఆవు దూడనిస్తుంది. గోట్ వచ్చేసి ల్యాంబ్కు బర్త్ ఇస్తుంది. ఉమెన్ వచ్చేసి బేబీకి బర్త్ ఇవ్వడం అనేది జరుగుతుంది. సో హియర్ ఆల్సో ద ఇన్వాల్వ్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ ది male human being must understood. Why? Because from the male human being, male gametes are need. As usually, female organism even though gives birth, but from the male gamete is need. Let's recall how a seed is formed from a flower. So only from the over do pollen grains play any role in the formation of seeds. Yes, there is a role of pollen grains. Pollen grains are considered as a male gametes. Ovary, inside the ovary, oval is the female gamete. So fusion of pollen grain with ovum is called fertilization. Result zygote is formed, and so here you can see this. Male produces sperms in, whereas female produce the egg. Both fusion will be takes place in. So here you can see the testes or the male sex organ produce the male gametes or sperms, and with a pair of seminal ducts through the sperm travel ejaculate out of the help of the penis. So millions of sperms are produced by the testes, and these are haploid and microscopic. Each sperm has a head, middle piece, and tail. The head bears nucleus, and it gets energy from mitochondria present in the middle piece. So let us observe the diagrams here. Now I will explain the male reproductive system of a human being, male reproductive system. So there will be a pair of testes are present. So these are the testes, and two testes are present, and the testes are connected with the tubes are called seminal ducts. These seminal ducts joins at ejaculatory duct, where the seminal vesicles and prostate gland and Cowper's glands are present. From the testes, sperms are produced, passes through the seminal ducts, and finally arrive to the ejaculatory duct. Here, semen is added by the seminal vesicles and sent outside through the penis. So these are the parts. Whereas female reproductive system, if you take the female reproductive system, have the following parts. There will be a pair of ovaries either side, and there will be a fallopian tubes and uterus and the vagina. So from the ovaries, ovules are released. These ovules are into fallopian tubes, and in fallopian tubes by the male reproductive system, male gametes are released into the female body. These male gametes sperms reach to the ovules, ova, and fusion will be takes place in the fallopian tubes or oviducts. So fertilization takes place inside the oviduct, hence it is called internal fertilization. Here you can see this diagram here. This is the sperms are penetrating into the ovum, and fusion will be takes place. Here sperms are male gametes, ovum is the female gamete. So these sperms fusion takes place, and fertilization is occurred, and zygote is formed. And so here you can see that after fertilization, we know that already seen the nucleus of the sperm fuses with the nucleus of the ovule. This is called fertilization. During fertilization, the nuclei of the sperm, the ovum, fuse to form a single nucleus, and this result in the formation of a fertilized egg or zygote. So now what is internal fertilization? So the fusion of male and female gamete takes place inside the body of organism, that is called internal fertilization. Example, human being. Whereas in frog, if you take in frog, external fertilization is occurred. Why? Because fusion of both male and female gametes takes place inside the water. Hence, it is outside of the body. Hence, it is called external fertilization. Here, there will be a sequence of so male organism have the testis organs. These produce the sperms, and these are the male gametes. And female produce ovary. Ovary have ovum. This is a female gamete, and both the sperm and ovum fuse and form zygote. Zygote developed into a embryo. Embryo into baby. This is the sequence of fertilization, and here you can see that embryo developed into embryo. So embryo developed into fetus, and whereas in human being, up to fertilization to delivery, that period is called gestation period. That is called pregnancy. It is usually takes 272 to 80 days for to baby to born. This is called a gestation period. So test tube babies. Nowadays, what's happened? The fusion of male and female gametes are carried out by the doctors inside the laboratory test tube. That is IVF, in vitro fertilization, which means fertilization occur inside the test tube. Inside the test tube. After fertilization, it is inserted into the female body until development of the child up to 9 months. So those mothers are called surrogate mothers. Next, here you can see that external fertilization in frog. In frog, fertilization takes place in outside, that is in water. So, but there will be a intermediate part before developing it adult. There is a intermediate part, that is tadpoles are formed. These tadpoles seems to be like a fish, because of it has gills. So here you can see the tadpole. It is the intermediate part of frog. before developing into adult. The tadpole seems to be a fish because of having gills. It metamorphoses into adult frog, and you can see the stages of copulation in frogs, swans, and wow, eggs in the pond. This is the activity you can do. Another important one is first artificial development of animal, that is dolly. Dolly have see, developed from by the fusion of two. This one developed in 5th July 1996 in Edinburgh, Scotland, by the fusion of Finn Dorset sheep and Scottish blackface ewe. Finn Dorset sheep, from which cells that nucleus has taken and inserted into the Scottish blackface ewe, which has given the birth, that is called dolly. Dolly is a new organism which derived from both Finn Dorset sheep and Scottish blackface ewe. Whereas here another important one, bisexual animals means the animals which are having both sexes, male and female. Example, earthworm. So also called hermaphrodite. So earthworm, if you take uh, single earthworm have male sex organs and female sex organs. So testes and ovaries both are having single animal, that is called hermaphrodite. Example, earthworm.